Good afternoon, I am William Theo and this is PTV News Now. A little over 10,000 families in two adjoining towns in Maguindanao del Sur have been hit hard and seeking shelter and comfort after being displaced by heavy rains and flooding in the province since over the weekend. Initial figures from the Provincial Risk Reduction and Management Council show torrential rains over the past few days triggered floods that left the 12 villages in the town of Pagalungan and the communities in the adjacent municipality of Datu Montawal both going underwater. As a result, thousands have fled their homes or submitted to forced evacuation in the aforementioned towns. Governor Bay Maguindanao, for his part, traveled to the flooded towns to distribute much needed relief and aid. The torrential rains that has hit Maguindanao and the provinces of the BARM is a direct offshoot of the enhanced southwest monsoon or habagat prevailing over the region. Only the towns of Pagalungan and Datu Montawal have submitted status reports on flooding thus far, so the number of adversely affected flood victims in the province could be way understated. Meanwhile, America's top diplomat State Blinken made it crystal clear to Israeli Defense Yoav Gallant, who is leading an Israeli group in a visit to Washington, D.C., not to allow the war in Gaza to spread to the north in Lebanon and engage in war against Iranian-blocked Hezbollah. In a statement released by the State Department, Blinken underscored the importance of keeping the war confined to Gaza and not getting dragged to yet another war with a more prepared and formidable Hezbollah army that could also end up dragging Syria and Iraq to the fray. Yesterday, EU Foreign Policy Chief Joseph Borrell said the likelihood of war spilling over to other parts of the region grows bigger every day. The Israeli defense chief will meet with other Pentagon and security officials to include his counterpart, U.S. Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin, during the week. In other news, Oprah Winfrey protege and Food Network star Rachael Ray is well known for her 10 to 30-minute quick fix meals. She also has a kind and compassionate heart, as evidenced by her trips to Ukraine to help feed those in need. VOA's Omelyan Oshshudyak has this report.
Rachael Ray has millions of followers on social media, a handful of Emmy Awards, as well as appearances in top U.S. TV shows, and went to get another rescue from a shelter, but in the process learned about Ukraine.
I rescued another animal, and the lady who was training my dog was the sister of a gentleman that worked with Andriy.
730 days.
Andriy Futey is president of the Ukrainian Congress Committee of America, an organization that has been representing the Ukrainian community in the United States since 1940. In the summer of 2022, he brought Ray to Ukraine for the first time. She's been back 5 more times.
She herself purchased over 10,000 individual first aid kits that went to the front lines to our boys and girls there.
She's now an ambassador of the Unbroken National Rehabilitation Center in Lviv. Ray remembers when she met the Stepanenko family, who suffered from a Russian missile strike at the Kramatorsk railway station.
It overwhelmed me that a little girl could say, "Hey, do you like my earrings?" And she has no limbs. She's sitting on the bed, and her mom has one leg, and her grandmother was destroyed, blown up in front of her. Her grandmother's dead, and her little brother's sitting on the bed next to her. Her mom's over here, all of them in one room, and they're just so grateful and happy to be alive.
Since then, Ray has brought culinary equipment and medical supplies to Ukraine, as well as held workshops in orphanages and hospitals during her every visit.
I read a bunch of Ukrainian recipes, and I kind of made my own concoctions. We always do demonstrations and chats and fun things when we're here. But the reason we're at the facilities, we're building out a kitchen there that will serve 4,000 beds 3 times a day.
During her latest visit to Ukraine, Ray was accompanied by Noah Sims, a U.S. culinary show master chef participant.
I tell people all the time, if you can't go, yourself to Ukraine, or you can't give a lot of money to Ukraine, you can, and it's free, you can keep them in your mind and on your lips and in your heart. And that's what everyone in the world should be doing that believes in democracy.
Ray hopes to return to Ukraine in the fall of 2024. This will be her 7th visit. Omeliano Shudlak for VOA News, Lviv, Ukraine.
And we have come to the show's end. Always remember to stay informed, get ahead, and catch the news right here. This is William Theo for PTV News Now.